You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton, here, hanging with you guys, and good morning. Well, guys, hopefully you guys are having a great week. It is Friday, and we're going to button up the week strong. It has been a wild couple of days here behind the scenes for our lawn and landscaping business over here in Metro Detroit, Michigan. We had a crazy snowstorm that came through over the last couple of days, and I wanted to just do a little bit of a debrief. So a lot of you guys were asking for an update on the F-14. A lot of you guys were asking for an update on the plow truck that broke down. If you guys don't know, and you guys aren't following along on Instagram, I had made a post that our truck broke down at 2 o'clock in the morning on our second to last commercial site, which was completely unexpected and also a little frustrating, to be honest with you. But here's what I wanted to just talk about is the low light reel that is rarely shared on Instagram, and the challenging part sometimes of being a business owner. I mean, at the end of the day, I have problems. You guys have problems. I heard somebody say once, or it was a quote, it said, 50% of the people don't care about your problems. The other 50% are glad that you have them. And I thought that was kind of an alarming thing. So that's why I'm usually a pretty outwardly positively focused person by design. I mean, not by design to impress you guys, but design to make sure that mentally I take care of my own sanity, because left unchecked, especially as a melancholy personality and somebody who's pessimistic by nature, I can let that unravel pretty quickly. And so not only do I want to keep my own attitude positive, I want to make sure that I'm always putting out good mojo in the universe, in the world. But that being said, sometimes you have bad days in business, and it's not really a bad day. Nothing's bad. Nothing's evil or wrong. Nobody's hurt. At the end of the day, the only real metric I ever really care about in the business that would be a huge red flag or a problem is, did somebody get hurt? Did somebody have to go to urgent care or the hospital or something like that? Last year we had one bad day. Now we got mowed out, rained out. We got, flooded with mowing, with rain. There was days we couldn't work. There's things we couldn't produce. There's things that broke down. Just I should make a list of the wild, crappy crap stuff that happened in 2023. But the only real bad day that I can think of that's on the top of my head, the glaring obvious one, was when I smashed into a well head in the ground, caught the Vertex mowing deck from my Exmark stand-on, literally going 8 miles an hour, making full lanes on this acre-sized property, hit a wellhead, and literally caught it, flipped over, head over heels, flipped over the mower, smashed my leg, smashed my hand, smashed my head, and probably had a concussion, for crying out loud. And surprisingly, the mower didn't run over me because it caught the well. Thank Jesus. But that was the only glaringly bad day, because I almost died. But so circle back to the plow truck right now. How's the winter season going? There's ups and downs. Shovels break, belts break on snow blowers, scrapers bars have to get replaced, all that other mess. But it's not the end of the world, right? And so there's not really any bad days in lawn care. There's not any bad days in snow plowing unless somebody's getting hurt. That's a real bad day. Real bad days or real challenging things or real life stuff is when people have cancer, people have health challenges, they have sick kids, or ultimatum life-threatening decisions in life like that. Those are real problems. A plow truck breaking down or a mower breaking down, life will go on. Does it suck? For sure. But it's not the end of the world. So what I wanted to do is just really quick talk about just a little debrief on the snowstorm event, because it was a wild couple of lessons learned, just a crazy couple of experiences. I just got some funny stories I wanted to share and just give a little debrief for you guys for this Friday episode. Maybe keep it short and sweet and keep it lighthearted. But wanted to talk to you a little bit about the plow breaking down, the plow truck breaking down. The plow is actually doing great. The F-14, a lot of you guys wanted that debrief. So that's what I got for you guys on today's show. Those are a couple of topics that I wanted to roll through. So if you guys want to hang tight with me really quick, You guys know that we're going to kick it to the show sponsors, announcements, and the ads and all that fun stuff, just to keep the bills paid and to keep the promotion going for some of the different companies that we get to work with, which I'm exceedingly grateful and thankful that they want to invest into the show. I mean, they give me a lot of latitude to still be able to say whatever I want to say and keep it unfiltered. Was just doing 2 coaching calls this morning, and I said, hey, what do you think about the podcast? He had found us from the podcast, and he said, dude, I love that you just keep it raw, you keep it real. He's like, you're a relatable dude. You're just one of us out there doing the same thing. And he's just said, I appreciate you keeping it unfiltered and keeping it raw and showing some emotion once in a while. And I said, well, thank you. And, I think by nature and design, I'm a little bit more of a people pleaser. And, I appreciate the feedback, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Well, the bad feedback, you can keep it and just keep that comment to yourself. Nobody wants bad feedback, right? I will take constructive criticism, though, of course, all day long. But, at the end of the day, I really appreciate you guys listening in. You guys keep coming back. I super appreciate the love. And what I wanted to do was just share some of those funny stories with you. So we're going to be running the ads. A lot of you guys, by the way, and you guys are like my own, you guys are like the tribe, right? You guys are the tribe of like the hype train. Like I hype up things, but then you guys hype up things. Probably because I hype up things, so you guys get all hyped up in your truck and when you guys are on the mower. But you guys are hyping up the launch of the book. Had a couple people reach out and said like they're really proud of me. They're really excited about hearing the book and listening to it and checking it out. That is kind of like my big project, my own little. I got my own personal goals, just like you guys do, and I just talk them out on the air. But I am really excited about this book that we're going to be launching here in the month of February. I poured my heart and soul into this thing. It's not the wildest book or the craziest book or the longest book, but it is my story. And there's something different than writing your story out than compared to like a YouTube video or an Instagram reel or a podcast. It's like, it just felt like very raw, authentic, naked, and exposed, if you will. And so I'm hoping for a good reception with the book. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope it's a fun read for you guys, and of course helps the new folks out there with how to start a lawn care business. I'm really excited about that book coming out here in February. So if you guys want to keep your eyes and ears open to Audible and Amazon, I'll provide links and let you guys know when it's live and all that mess. But I had a couple people lately give me an encouraging word about the book, and I want to say thank you. That's really, really cool. And after watching my boy Paul Jameson write 2 or 3 books over the last 2 or 3 years that it's been now, I will give that guy 100 times more credit for not only writing it and seeing it through, but getting it all done. With writing his books. It's a lot harder than anybody would imagine. Not unattainable or not doable, if you will, but I think I have about 50 to 60 hours into this book already, which is wild, and thousands of dollars in editing, typography, artwork, cover photos, audio, production work. I think we are literally running this book as a nonprofit because it has to make 10 grand to make its money back to be worth our time invested. But it's a labor of love. And so any which way, just a quick little tease there, a little plug. If that book comes out in the next month or so, if you guys want to pick up a copy and support, great. If not, absolutely no big deal. But I just want to say it is cool that the two-way street that is you guys listening into the show, giving me encouragement as I'm trying to pour it out there every single day and encourage you guys. So let's do this really quick. Let's kick it over to Marty, Mr. Producer, and we will come right on back.
New program alert. The How to Get New Lawn Care Customers training program is now available. If you guys have ever struggled at acquiring new customers or are looking to grow your lawn care business, then this new program might just be for you. Looking to learn the best tactics to develop a successful postcard marketing campaign? We got you covered. Have you ever wondered how to use social media to exponentially grow your business and dominate the competition? We got that too. Whether you're just getting started in business or you're a seasoned vet, there's something for everyone in this new program available now, exclusively at lawnpreneuracademy.com.
All right, guys, let's just jump right back into it. So long story short, the last 48 hours have been a wild one. Let's just start with the end. The plow truck broke down. Not really sure what's going on with it just yet. At the time of this recording, I don't have an update about what went on with the truck. So if you guys don't know, if you're listening, I've got a 2022 F350 Lariat, super nice truck. I mean, it's a beautiful truck, 7.3 gasser. What else do you guys want to know? Rapid red, blackout package, cool truck. Owner operator, bought my cool, nice truck. The first truck that we have is Thunder. It's a red F-250 Lariat. Beautiful trucks. I like my trucks. I'm not trying to grow a 20 truck fleet business where I got a bunch of $40,000 XL 250s on the road, regular cabs, nothing like that. It is what it is. We're an owner operator business. I live in my truck lives with me. So we spent some money on that thing, but got the truck in May, got the F14 on there, September timeframe, I think it was, which is the snow power. It's a 14-foot wide snow plow. It's absolutely monstrous. It's ridiculous. It's comical. When you get it, you're like, holy crap. First off, it's a big truck. I mean, an F350, the new Illuma-Duties since 2017, they're a beautiful truck, large truck. And if you know, just its stance sitting alone, I mean, it's already like 7 feet tall or whatever it is. It won't fit, for reference, in my new construction apartment that we have. This is a new construction 2 years ago. And I don't know if it's a 7-foot garage or an 8-foot garage, but I can't get the truck in there vertically, and I can't get it in there lengthwise either, which is absolutely ridiculous. Also, they don't put 240 in my new apartment construction for my Tesla, which is ridiculous. I don't know why you would not wire anything up. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 240. I think we have 5 or 6 240 volt amp, whatever you call it, or not amp, but 240 outlets in the new construction home that we're going to be building here this spring. I got one in the basement for a sauna. We've got 2 in the garage for 2 Teslas or 2 EVs. We got an exterior one that's going to be for like a camper or an RV if I want to plug in. I think we got 1 or 2, of course, in the kitchen for the appliances and all that mess, the washer and dryer. So there's probably going to be 7 to 10, 240 plugs. Why somebody wouldn't just put one in their garage for a new construction, apartment is beyond me, but I digress. But anyway, it's a beautiful truck, large setup. It's the Mac Daddy, right? Well, it is until about 1 o'clock in the morning when your plow truck decides to shut down. And so, by the way, a lot of people are like, hey, what's going on with the truck? I have no idea. I'm not very mechanically inclined. At 2 o'clock in the morning, I swore off, or I swore that I'm going to be ASC certified by the end of the year. Also with my drone pilot's license, and also, can speak Spanish as a second language fluently, right? Those are all those ambitious goals. By the way, speaking Spanish and being able to relate to my Hispanic friends, like, dude, that would be so freaking cool. All I know right now is I love tacos, and I can use Google Translation for that. And it's si español taco. That's about all I know, which is not true at all, by the way. That's completely inaccurate. But, I want to hang out with my landscaper friends, and half of them speak friggin' Spanish, and I know that they're talking crap about, the pasty white boy that doesn't know what he's doing. I know. But I want to at least understand what they're saying. And that can be like answering back. You ever see like those Instagram reels where like the guy's in China or Japan, he's like getting sushi, and then like they're talking crap, and then he like speaks back Chinese, and like, oh shoot, like this guy knows what we're saying the whole time when he's getting his nails done or whatever. But I digress. By the way, why is that guy going to a nail salon? You know what I mean? I digress again. So F350, super nice truck until about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. By the way, this is the Fullerton Unfiltered. This is just how my brain goes. And this is like outwardly is like, I know I talk 3 times faster than most of my other people listening in or in fluent conversation, but my brain's going 8 to 10 times faster, which is just wild. And so what you guys hear is like, I'm just trying to get it all out as fast as it comes into my brain. That being said, thanks for bearing with me. So the F350, 1:30 in the morning, I'm on my last site. We got 16 commercial sites that we do. We tagged up all the residentials. Dude, this is like 5 to 6 inches of wet slush snow. This is heart attack snow. This is crazy snow. It's 30 degrees. It's warm. The pavement's warm. Super, super wet, moisture-y kind of conditions. This is a very, very challenging snowstorm. We haven't really had anything like this in a while. I mean, in a long while, like 4 or 5 years that I can remember. Getting like a slush snowstorm happens all the time in Michigan in March. But this was like a weird 5 or 6 inches of just compacted wet snow. And this is like the stuff that makes equipment break. Well, we buy new, so we don't have to worry about breakdowns. However, new stuff breaks down too. That's something that I'm constantly reminding my wife. She's like, hey, we're going to build this new construction home and everything's going to be, hunky dory. I'm like, hey, just so you know, like you might buy a $5,000 fridge and it might not work, or goes out within 30 days, or a dishwasher that leaks, or something happens in the house, like new things break down too. So my philosophy has always been buy new. So we're an owner operator, smaller business. So we rely on things to, 100% uptime. We can never have downtime. And if we do, it can only be like a couple hours or a day, right? After that, the route or the business gets away from you. But that's just our style of business, which is why, in all transparency, we bought a second truck. One, to give to Rob to run the mow crew, but two, knowing that we're a little exposed on the snowplow side of things, was just a goal for mine the last 4 or 5 years, just to get a secondary truck. Now, we could have got a $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, like I said, XL 250 with a VXT plow in the front. That would have been just fine. But one, I wanted to write off. I needed to write off. And then two, I wanted to get a nicer, newer truck. And that's just what it is. There wasn't a lot of thought process behind it other than let's get another truck, get a big plow on it, and get some huge production numbers in snow so we can double our snow game, which we've effectively done. 4 years ago, we had 4 commercial sites. 3 years ago, we had 6 commercial sites. Last year, we had 8 commercial sites, and we subbed out for one person. This year, we have 13 or 14 of our own commercial sites, and I sub out 3 more for Troy's people. So we have, 16, 17 commercial sites, added new ones, it seems like every other week or two, which is great. Still getting some calls. But that's why we got a second truck, was to have a big wide open commercial parking lot plow with that snow power. By the way, the back dragging on that plow is insane. It's absolutely cleans down to a scrape. I was back dragging 5 inches of slush. Folks, if you know, you know. If you're in the Midwest, talking snow, I'm going to lose you if you're down south. But if you're plowing snow and you're back dragging wet snow, unless your plow has down pressure, and I mean, like, and even the ones that do, I've never seen them scrape very well, to be honest with you, with loading docks or back dragging. This is like 5 inches of wet slush. This does not back drag. This does not back drag very well. Your plow rides up on it. It does not scrape clean. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm not here to convince you on it. I got some video on it. I'll show you on YouTube. Check out the Brenzel Maintenance YouTube channel. The back dragging of the snow power is literally it's amazing. It's the Cadillac. It is the nicest thing I've ever seen. It scrapes right down to the pavement. One drag, 14 feet, clear out a driveway. You hook 90 degrees, put it in the scoop mode, and you push the snow into the boulevard. You're out of there. Freaking incredible. So this snowstorm would have been a challenge any other day of the week with any other snow plow. So what we did is we tagged up all the residentials together, me, Rob, Mark. We had another guy, Ryan, who's just some new help that we're evaluating, keeping on. And but during snow, it's all hands on deck. So we said, yeah, let's roll. So it was one of those things where the snow power did an amazing job. We were making our rounds. I went at about noon. We had about 5-6 inches of snow on the ground. Went out at noon, started making scrapes. The snow was tapering off around 3 o'clock. Just making some lanes for our commercial sites. Long story short, great snowplow run. I mean, I was out there for 12, 13 hours by the time I finally got home at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. 3 o'clock in the morning. And then all the residentials went great. All the commercials were going well. Slow go, admittedly, for both trucks, because you can't, plowing 5 inches of powder or 3 inches of powder is way different than plowing 5-6 inches of slush. I mean, you can only use half capacity of your plow because you have spill off and all this other stuff, and your lanes, you got to stack and scoop a bunch more because there's just only so much so much snow that the plow can actually push. You don't want to be burning up your engine and all this mess. And I'll get to the breakdown here in a second, but everything was going well. It was a great plow run. The guys joined up at about 6 o'clock and they started tagging up the residentials with me. I was just making lanes on a couple commercial sites. Like I said, giving some people working room as they were all leaving for work, 2 or 3 o'clock, trying to beat traffic. The roads were horrendous. I mean, snowstorm like crazy, like wild event, right? Well, all's going well. We're tackling all of our sites. Everything's done. All my subcontracting sites are done. All my sites are done, except for we're on our last one and then at a church over by my house. So anyway, I'm making this long drag with the snow power, and I'm pushing some weight. There's no doubt about it. This stuff is, this is a 300 yard, snowplow drag. So I'm just windrowing this slush, which isn't really windrowing. It's kind of spilling off on the side, which is fine. I wish the F14 articulated. I think that would make it literally the Cadillac, the Rolls Royce of snowplows. But nonetheless, I'm still able to normally windrow powder, but I'm muscling it down. I make a whole lane the whole way down, back up, do a whole nother lane the whole way down, back up the third time, windrowing the whole way down. There's these 2 speed bumps on the site that we manage along the backside of the warehouse. I hit one of the speed bumps the plow catches, which it does any which way and pops over it normally. I'm going, 12 miles an hour, 8 miles an hour at this point. Nothing crazy if snow plowing, like nothing wild. I'm an owner operator. I treat my trucks nice. I'm not here to like bash them, and try to make Instagram viral videos. I'm not that guy. But what happened was I'm snow plowing. I got, 3 foot tall stack in front of me and just making a lane. And I hit the curb, the speed bump, and it catches and it trips the plow. And the whole truck lit up like a Christmas tree on the dash. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And then the light started dimming. The world started caving in. No, I'm just kidding. But the light started dimming and I started like losing power while I was driving, and it started like going downhill quick, like into like a limp type of situation where I wasn't really being able to drive it. There was no power. I stopped accelerating. I went to a parked position. The truck started sputtering, and then click, clink, click, clink, click, clink, just turned over, didn't turn over, just stopped. It just stalled out. And, ba-ding, 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 for the alarm, for the beeping, for the lights and the door ajar or whatever. Right. So I'm like, well, that's exciting. Like brand new truck, brand new plow, second to the last site. I'm already like 20% done with the site. Rob's going to come tag up and the guys tag up in a minute. And long story short, turned off the truck. I was like, then you do your little like pray to Jesus thing. Like, I think if you had to like list out when people pray the most, I'm sure it's at church on Sunday at 10 a.m. But I would also believe it's like when you're praying for like your team to win in the Super Bowl. And then number 2 is for the plow truck drivers, pray that your salt spreader starts working and your pencil chain, doesn't jam up. And or your auger, and then number 2 is your plow guys, or number 3 is your plow guys. Because I think that's when I say the most prayers is always at night. Like, Lord, keep us safe. Lord, don't let me hit a manhole cover. Which, by the way, I completely shut off a manhole cover, scooped it up, and put it into a 10-foot high pile at one of my commercial sites. By the way, I didn't know this, but the manhole cover, dude, this sounds really stupid, but maybe you guys already know this, but I was like, I get out of the truck, which by the way, there's a 3 foot, effing hole, 2.5 foot, 3 foot hole for this manhole cover. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, dude, if I backed up over that and my truck wheel went in there, like, dude, the wheel would be like sucked in there. There's no way you're going to roll over this thing. This is a real 3 foot hole. I don't know if you guys have ever, it's the stupidest stuff in life I'm talking about right now, but this is a 3 foot hole. And I'm like, dude, like my truck could literally like lose a whole axle, like, back left, just fall into this thing. And I would probably be screwed. By the way, so my brain's going all over. So I go grab the manhole cover, which by the way weighs like, bro, 120 pounds, solid iron, cast iron, whatever. I'm rolling this thing like a tire down the thing because I can't lift this up. Like I could probably if I wanted to, but I'm like, man, it smells like shit right now. Like it smells so freaking bad. I'm like, man, I know I'm next to, well, I was next to a fast food joint, but I'm like, I know, I'm not gonna throw them under the bus. I'm like, I know like that food is not good, but man, that sounds awful. That smells awful. And I'm rolling this thing over. My hands are covered in like wet water, rust, and I think sewage. Cause I'm like, this smells disgusting. I get over to the manhole cover and it's steaming. And I'm like, what is going over in this hole? And I'm like, I look down and you see like 25 feet down, just the brownest, murkiest, nastiest, grossest colored water, fecal matter. I don't even know, dude, whatever it is you've ever seen in your life. And I'm like, oh my God, I think this is the sewer system. Oh my God, I think this is where the poo goes. Oh my God, what am I doing right now at 9 o'clock at night on the backside of this business, trying to make sure that I don't roll the lid like in the hole. Like I'm trying to make sure like I put the lid on as a cover correctly. But dude, if I don't like line this up correctly and this thing like somehow gets wedged in the hole and it goes down, like, dude, that's obviously the plow guy did it, but that's a walk away from that situation and not own up on that one. Oh, no, dude, I have no idea why manhole covers in the snowbank. Obviously I wasn't going to leave it that way, for safety issues and many other reasons. So I'm like trying to put this manhole cover back on. Dude, I don't know. Maybe you guys have done this before, but I'm like, I didn't YouTube it. I should have brought my camera out because I'm like, what am I doing right now? I like literally perfectly line it up. Timber dropped this like, dude, 100-pound lid. For real, those things are heavy, just so you guys know. I dropped this 100-pound lid. It goes right back into the hole like perfectly. Little shimmy in it, like perfectly right back in. Look around, ain't nobody see nothing. on to the next one, right? By the way, my hands are covered in the muddiest, rustiest, poopiest, sewage water-ish, whatever the hell it is. I don't even know. I grabbed like piles of snow and like wipe my hands down. This isn't like wipe it off on your coat, wipe it off on your jeans type stuff. This is like, dude, this is like nasty poo sewage. I swear to God. I'm like, what is going on with my life? By the way, that was a crazy story. So the conditions are crazy. I shirt off that stupid thing. Got into a literal crazy fight with a neighbor of a customer of mine, which is great. This is the unfiltered. This is the real life stuff. Like not every day is the highlight reel. And so I'm backtracking this residential driveway. There's no sidewalks in this subdivision. Backtrack, scoop, backtrack, to the left. And I'm backtracking and boom, I hear this. I'm on the phone with Bedell, by the way. On the phone with him. I think I did I think the last time I looked, it was like 3 hours and 10 minutes with him. Talked to Jeremiah Jennings for about an hour and 20 minutes. Talked to Rob for about 30 minutes. We just leave the phone going. Like, it's the best conversations at night, dude. Like, I'm literally from, 3 o'clock in the afternoon till, about noon, but 3 o'clock, I think I called Bedell. And we're on the phone for probably 5 hours total last night talking to my bestie. Like, thank God we don't have to, like, worry about singular minutes or something here. You know what I'm saying? But I hear this boom as I'm backtracking. I'm under this huge tree, this, big ass oak tree. And I hear this boom on my front right windshield. I'm like, oh, dude, like a branch fell or snow fell. Like it happens. But this is a big bang. But I'm like, that's weird. And so anyway, I backtrack and push into the one side of the boulevard for this customer that's of mine. And I noticed this guy, like in the neighbor's driveway, some 30-year-old looking, like yeti little looking kid, hillbilly kid. And he's just like, I can see him compacting like snowballs off of the hood of his car. And I'm like, that's really strange. And so anyway, like I back up and I zoom over there because I roll forward like 20 feet. And sometimes people walk out like they want you to plow something or hurry or how much, So I'm always like, trying to be nice. Like, hey man, how's it going? So, hey, what's up, dude? And dude, this guy begins to get into an argument match like you guys have never seen. Yelling at me about plowing and leaving snow in the street. Like literally this dude is like, you're leaving snow in the street. And I'm like, what? He's like, you're leaving all that effing snow in the street. I just seen you do it. And I'm like, you mean when I backdrag and I'm scooping it into the boulevard, into the front lawn and the side lawn? Don't you have to leave any snow in the street? And then I realized he has a snowball in his hand and I connected the dots that this mother effer threw a snowball at my front right windshield at my truck when I was backdragging the driveway. That's what hit my front windshield. And as you can imagine, as Mike Garvey and Vince would say, this became a civil issue because I was going to literally MDK this guy, code 187 from a Demolition Man people. And I was like, there's no way that this dude just threw a snowball at my $80,000 truck. That's a great way to die. I will leave that on your tombstone. I'll buy your tombstone. I'll buy your plot. I'll bury you. I'll pay for it all. But you are probably going to not make it after tonight. So, not being the tough guy that I am, because I'm actually a softie. I'm a love on people first. By the way, if you guys ever, I told Bedell, I'm like, you ever see the scene in Transformers: Dark of the Moon where like the two like agent guys, like agent whatever, and like they go into the club and they're trying to like get the information out of the Russians or something like that, and the dude like is like the nice like kind of like metro gay guy who's like really nice and really kind, and he's like got the little dog, and anyway, like people pull guns out in the scene, and he like loses his marbles, like he like his spider senses start like tingling, and somebody like yells, and then like he like grabs the shotgun, smashes this one lady's head on the bar rail, shoots a bunch of stuff going on, and the guy's like, whoa, put it back in the cage, put it back, and he's like, I'm so sorry. It's like the most out of character thing. Like, that's your boy, like minus the gay part. Although a lot of you guys keep sending me a bunch of sus messages. I don't know, like you guys mess with me too much and I mess with you guys way back. But anyway, like I'm a very nice person until like, this situation happened, and I don't lose my cool very quickly, but I was like, dude, you did not just do what I think you did. This dude starts yelling at me. I'm screaming out the window, I will end your like crazy stuff. He's yelling back, don't leave snow on the road. I'm like, 6 inches of snow just fell on the planet, Nimrod. And like, dude, it's just a shouting match. I'm like, you go back inside your house. Like, dude, we're just screaming, and I'm, getting the upper hand, and I'm just like, get back inside your house. I said, you ever throw something at my car again, that'll be the last thing that you do on this planet. And so I go back over to my thing. Bedell's like, well, note to self, don't fuck with Fullerton, and I'm a nobody, But like, dude, you guys would do the same thing. Like, what was this guy thinking? Like, totally out of line. Anyway, back drag, scoop the other side. And as I'm walking out or pulling out again to go down about 5 houses down to my next lawn or my next driveway, I see him flicking up the snowball again in his hand, right? Doing the wrist thing. And I was like, dude, this guy wants to die. Like, let it be known. So I put the window down. I go, dude, what? I said, you throw that at my truck. I said, not only will the police be called, but they're going to be called to find a dead body. And he's like, dude, just starts screaming at me. Don't leave snow in the road. I'm like, I'm not leaving any snow in the road. In fact, look right now. I was actually, ironically enough, I was like, dude, I just plowed this really well. Like, I'm really proud of myself. I do a good job. I take pride in my work. Having like these little internal conversations. I'm like, yeah, good job there, Fullerton. Like, you didn't snip the corner and like put a bunch of sod in the front yard. Like, way to go. You're like, hang in there. You might actually be a professional at this one day. And homie starts doing the flicking thing again with another snowball. I said, dude, it just went to guns. It was so wild. Like, Bedell's like literally on the phone hearing me like lose my cool. And I was like, Bedell, is it worth it? Do I go back and do I end this guy, or do I just like let it go? Bedell's like, dude, the older I get, the more I just let things go. And he's like talking me off the bridge. And I did, because I'm like that. You never know who's the crazy. By the way, I'm the crazy. And dude, his dad comes out and some 60-year-old guy shuffling around in the snow. And I was like, is this your son? Like, what the F is going on? I'm like, does he have $1,000 to pay for a windshield? No, he doesn't. I'm like, does he even have a job where he can, make $1,000, to take care of something? And dude, I'm not a big time, but I was just like, who throws a snowball at somebody's car? Like, I don't know, like Vince and Mike Garvey from Jersey can like weigh in, because they're like police officers and state troopers and all that mess. But like, I don't know what that qualifies under, but dude, that's like not assault, but like, dude, you can't throw stuff at people's car and get away with it. If you cracked my windshield and it was $1,000 for a new windshield or $500 for a new windshield, like, who's paying for that? And so, dude, crazy shouting match, crazy like fight. Like, I'm ready to jump out the truck and just go ballistic on this dude. I would have plowed about 12 feet wide, 5 feet tall worth of snow into their driveway. However, the city plows, it already went through earlier that day and got 80% of the snow off. So I wasn't able to scoop a bunch of snow. But that's a great way, unadmittedly, to piss off a snow plow guy and make sure you never get out of your driveway for weeks on end. But I digress. But just wild stuff, dude. Like, this is like the unfiltered like bull crap that we deal with as business owners. Like, it is what it is. So I don't know if you guys ever deal with this kind of stuff. Like, not everything is the highlight reel, right? So go back to the truck at 1:30 in the morning. I'm sitting there for a half hour trying to bang on everything, unhook the battery, let the ECU or the computer, hopefully chill out, try to see if it resets, all that kind of mess. Nothing, nothing unfortunately worked. And, it is what it is. Like, sometimes you just deal with this kind of crap and it's frustrating. So about 3:00 in the morning here, the truck's broke down and I'm trying to figure out what the heck to freaking do. Long story short, it wouldn't turn over like I was talking about a minute ago. And so had to call the tow truck. By the way, called like 3 tow truck people. One was like, hey, my heavy rig wrecker isn't going to be available for like an hour or two. Great. Called another guy, clearly woke him up from a dead sleep. And he was all over the place. So I was like, well, I don't really trust you to come get my truck. Wasn't a bad guy or a mean guy or anything like that. But finally found the third person and he was finishing up another job. It was a busy night, he was saying. And anyway, he was able to come over and pick up the truck. And, as you guys would imagine, just put it on the tow bed and send it over to our local Ford dealership. So ironically enough, it was about 1:30 in the morning and I told my phone to call mom and thinking Liz, like that's, Liz is my mom, obviously, but I was like, call mom, because we call Liz, we call mom and dad, right? So I told my phone, call mom. So it calls my mom, who lives about 10 minutes down the road. And it's at 1:30 in the morning. She's like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, why are you up? And she's like, I don't know. And so anyway, can never underestimate the power of a mother. And so anyway, good old mom scoops me up, picks me up, plow truck's down, and Rob and Mark, those guys are finishing up plowing one of our commercial sites, and tow truck gets picked up, hauled away, and I'm like, this sucks. And but you know what? It's part of the business. Somebody said that on Instagram. It is. It's part of the business. You can't really have like a bad attitude. Again, like I said, nobody got hurt. It's just a broken down truck. Worst case scenario, it's a brand new $80,000 truck. best case scenario, it's a $12 sensor, and the truth will lie somewhere in between, and life goes on. So it is what it is. It's funny though. Taking a trip down memory lane, my mom was driving me home, 10 minutes down the road, and we're cruising at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, driving down the road. We're both beat tired, obviously. And it was just kind of actually a little surreal moment that I had with my mom there, because 15, 16 years ago, we were driving 20 minutes west of Brighton, Michigan to pick up a MTD snowblower from Meijer grocery store. That is like a grocery store and a little bit of everything store, and like a Walmart, and picking up a $400 snowblower at 3 o'clock in the morning because one of my other snowblowers probably broke down. And it was just funny seeing it come full circle, like 15 years later. Like, it doesn't matter how big you get, it doesn't matter how cool you are, it doesn't matter what kind of equipment you get, things still break down, and the people that you love the most are still always around there to help you out, including your crew, including your guys, including all the way up to, I guess, good old mom at 3:30 in the morning driving me home. And I was just like, hey, I said, remember when we did this 15, 16 years ago, and we were living in the trailer and we were broke and we didn't have any future and didn't have any prospects, and now, make $100,000 with our lawn and landscape company or whatever. And, mom's on payroll and just taking care of mom, blessing her. Like, it's just wild to see it 15, 16 years later. So it's kind of like this quiet drive home at 3:30 in the morning, like painting the scene, just going like, man, a lot's changed and a lot hasn't changed. So in which way, want to wrap it up just saying, like, it's just part of the business. I got to give a big shout out to Mark and Rob and Ryan. Those guys just finished up the whole route about 5:30 in the morning. Rob went out the next day at about noon to do a bunch of tidy ups, which I'm really, really grateful for. And didn't even complain once, went to bed about 11 o'clock in the afternoon today, after being up for 20, 30 hours straight, plowing for 15, 16 hours straight. So absolutely love the guys, man. Great team, great crew, but it's real life, man. It's part of the business. And like I said earlier, man, not everything is going to make the highlight reel. It'd be nice. I said this at Together in Trades. It'd be nice if on your Instagram profile, you had another tab, like there's photos, reels, and whatever else. It'd be nice if there was like the low light reel, which shows like life at your worst or life when it's when you're down and out, because that's the truth, man. That's the reality of business. Like, there's going to be good days. There's going to be bad days. Again, challenging days. Bad days are when people get hurt, but challenging days are everything else in between. And it was just a challenging day. Nothing more, nothing less. So that being said, I'll give you guys an update on the truck when we can. And hope you guys enjoyed my little debrief about our snow session with the 6 inches of wet slush snowstorm that came through. Like I said earlier, Snow Power did absolutely amazing. Loved it. Great job with that plow. It's a beast. I mean, I'm absolutely in love with it. I'm going to do a season debrief on that, of course, come February and March once the season kind of wraps up. Get my final thoughts, because there's the pros and cons of it, of course. But it's been a wild couple of days. I'm going to go edit this really quick, get it over to Mr. Producer. Hopefully he can produce it. And then honestly, I'm probably going to edit my YouTube video from last night and then probably pass out because I've been up for 40 hours straight with about 3 hours of sleep, and your boy's tired. So that's what I got for you guys on today's show, man. You guys have a great weekend. Be safe. Some of us are getting some more accumulation over the weekend. Make good choices. Be safe. Check your mirrors. And that's what I got for you guys. If you're ever up at 2 o'clock in the morning, give me a shout. I'll be plowing snow with you guys as well. So, all right, guys, over and out. Love you guys. Peace out. Have a good day, and we'll catch up with you on the next one.
Do you have a plan on how you're going to raise your rates this year? You don't? Well, that's okay, because the LaunchpreneurAcademy.com can help. Brian has a time-tested price adjustment letter that you can add your specific info to and then email or mail to your clients. The letter's only $49, but it's going to make you 7 to 12% more in profit this year. Scared money? Don't make no money. Now you don't have to be scared about how you're going to professionally communicate with your customers so you can remain profitable. The link for the price adjustment letters in the show description.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.